we are going to cover a tale of experiencing first love for the second time. The story starts off with a girl sitting on a bench and playing bass with a lot of passion. Then a guy takes out a box from the cupboard. We see a flashback of Aoi and Akane watching Shinnosuke's band practice as kids. Aoi immediately takes interest in the bass. Shinnosuke promises her that one day she will become the bassist of his band. Shinnosuke teaches Aoi to play the bass as Akane watches them happily. Akane and Shinnosuke are dating at this time. They plan to go to Tokyo after high school and attend a vocational school. Somewhere around this time, Akane and Aoi's parents die in a car mishap. Akane accepts her responsibilities as an older sister towards Aoi and decides to stay back in Chichibu with her. Shinnosuke is heartbroken when Akane refuses to go to Tokyo with him. That makes Shinnosuke angry, but Aoi comes and starts crying and cursing him. However, he decides to move ahead in life to fulfill his dreams and then come back for Akane when he has achieved them. 13 years later, Aoi is still searching for a place where all their dreams came true, and she also thinks about Shinnosuke. Aoi in the school gets counseling for employment, but she says that she will get a part-time job and get fame in a band even though she's the only member. Akane and Aoi live together in Chichibu, but Aoi hates the mountains because they are like a big prison to her. They go to an old age home for social work and everyone likes Akane very much. While Aoi practices her bass, she remembers the moments she had with Shinnosuke. Akane was working in the city hall. One day, the mayor invites a famous artist, Nitobe Dankichi, to write a song about the place to attract more tourists to it. Akane is made the assistant event manager by Masamichi, who also seems to like her romantically. On the day of Nitobe's arrival, Aoi is practicing her bass in the room where Shinno and his band practice. To her surprise, Shinno appears. However, the Shinno she sees is from 13 years ago in the past. Scared, Aoi runs away but does not tell anyone about it. She assumes that Shinnosuke must have died and it must be a ghost. When Nitobe arrives, Akane and Aoi are met with another shock as they see Shinnosuke in the background playing the guitar. After Nitobe's welcome, the band members and the city hall employees gather for drinks. Nitobe wonders if Masamichi and Akane are together. Before Akane can deny it, Masamichi lays down a reply that neither accepts nor denies the fact. While Shinnosuke is quietly listening to the conversation, he is clearly bothered by it as he drinks more. Later that night, Akane goes to drop him off. In the apartment, Shinnosuke tries to make a move on her, only to be rejected by Akane as she walks away. At the same time, Aoi goes to confront Shinno but takes Sugu, Masamichi's son, along with her. Shinno is still there and obviously does not recognize her and scares them until Sugu calls her Ao-chan. Aoi shows him his eye mole and calls herself an eyeball star. Shinno was confused and knows nothing about the situation either. The last thing he remembers is Akane refusing to go to Tokyo with him and pats Sugu's head, calling him miniature Masamichi. Sugu deduces that Shinno is a living soul, formed by some unresolved feelings. The only way to solve this situation was to bring Shinnosuke and Akane back together. Akane was 31 years old and unmarried. However, as time passes, Aoi starts falling in love with Shinno as she sees the difference between him and Shinnosuke. While Shinno was appreciative and kind, Shinnosuke had turned aggressive and arrogant. She starts wondering what would happen to Shinno if Shinnosuke and Akane get back together, and falls into a dilemma. She was not ready to part ways with Shinno yet, with whom she could connect to. Shinnosuke has his own issues. Being unsatisfied with his life, he has turned into a grumpy adult. He no longer carries the shine in his eyes. He did not want to come back in front of Akane as he despised his present self. Moreover, he had given up on the optimistic and positive way of life he led before. It is not difficult to notice that he still has deep feelings for Akane as he is still unmarried and regrets when Akane finds out about all the girls he was hanging out with. Some of Nitobe's band members get food poisoning, so Masamichi and Aoi replace them, but Shinnosuke doesn't like it. On the day of the music festival, Aoi confesses her feelings to Shinno, but she also tells him that she loves Akane more. For her, she was bound to Akane as much as Akane was bound to her, and nothing could change that. Learning how much Akane had sacrificed for her no more made her feel burdened, but grateful instead. Seeing Akane laugh with Shinnosuke clears all her dilemmas as she sees that he is the only one who could truly make her happy. Shinnosuke goes back to the room where he used to practice as a teenager, where he meets Shinno, who mocks his choices and what he has become. Shinno argues that Shinnosuke didn't keep any of the promises he had made to himself, while the latter aggressively explains that no matter how hard someone works, fate and connections are important to gain success. At the same time, Aoi comes running to tell Shinno that Akane is stuck in a cave due to a landslide. Shinnosuke is calm, saying she must be safe, but Shinno is infuriated at his calmness. Shinno, who could not get out of the room because of an invisible barrier, forces himself out with Aoi's help. Once he gets out, he flies, taking Aoi with him towards Akane to make sure she is fine. Ignited by his past self, Shinnosuke runs towards Akane too. Shinnosuke's flashbacks show that he was opening a box that he had kept locked for a long time. He picks out a picture of Akane and Aoi with him and his bandmates, the same picture that he carries to the room where Shinno was encaged. Shinno meets Akane, and it did not shock her. They talk about Aoi. Here, Shinno accepts how important Aoi is to Akane. Every feeling of resentment for her rejection disappears as he starts to carry only love with her. Shinnosuke and Akane are seen talking after saving Akane from the cave. He confesses that he hasn't given up on her, to which Akane silently accepts his confession. Shinno disappears and Aoi is seen crying, knowing he was gone. In the end credits, we see that Shinnosuke and Akane get married in 2021, while Aoi advances to become a professional musician below a stupid blue sky. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, be sure to let us know by leaving a like. Subscribe for more stories, and also check out other stories on our channel.